Hi friends, welcome back to Dough and Discipline. Today we are going to do a wrap up of our yearly monthly binder, and we got a few surprises along the way. Now today I'm extremely excited, friends. We have hit a significant milestone in our very new YouTube journey. I have officially crossed the threshold for 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have shown me during my short tenure on YouTube. Again, this is a hobby of mine that I enjoy. I love budgeting. I love making it fun. And I really love interacting with you guys. So thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and get started today, and we're going to do our count. We may not use all of our money today. This is just some leftover funds that we have that we're going to be allocating to some specific items before the end of the month. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. $114 is what we will do some of our gameplay with today. And again, we are here in our lovely yearly monthly binder. So how are you guys doing today? How's your weekend going? So far, my family and I went out and did a 1K fun run at my younger son's school, and that was exciting. Great music, great environment and vendors. We had a great time. So we're going to get started today with a challenge from LV Budgets, and this is our 2026 pickle challenge. And so we're just going to stretch off a few so that we can make some progress with this. Okay, all right, we got a 4. And which one are we going to do? Let's take the hat, and a 3. So we're going to be putting $7 into our 2026 pickle challenge from LV Budgets. All right, we're going to do a quick cleanup. $5, $6, and $7. And currently we already have, let's see what we have in our envelope. All right, Mr. Pickle, get back in there now. Is it just me, or sometimes do your challenges and money not want to act right when it's time to go back in the envelope? 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have $20 in this envelope so far. I think I talked it up. The money's going in slow. All right. You know what? I did that wrong. I don't put my money in front of the pickle. Hold on, guys. It's a Saturday. Bear with me. All right. Our money goes in the back of the pickle. Well, I'm going to do it in between, because if I put it in the back, it's going to cover my rabbit, and I don't want to do that. Better. All right. So we're good to go with that. I did insert a new envelope in this binder that I dedicated specifically to budget with Carly. And I had a few cool things from her that I wanted to incorporate in my 2026 binder. All right, so we're gonna go in this envelope because we still have our April monthly from Rock's Budgets that we want to finish up. I'm trying to stretch slowly, guys, so the camera doesn't shake. All right, we got a 7, and a 3. All right, so we're up to 10. Last one, and a 1. Great. So $11 is going into this envelope today. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this challenge. All right, so let's put our 11 in. We'll go ahead and grab a 10 and a 1. And already in that envelope, we had a few dollars. So we're up to 100, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, $133. Now, I have been taking money from this binder and making deposits when it gets to a certain amount. So far I've deposited, I think it was $595. So as you see the money accumulating, I will make deposits. I don't let the money sit in here. I do have an ally account that I have several buckets in that are dedicated to challenges that I'm finishing. And so what we do is we deposit the money, and then again, we're paid interest into our account. So we're making money off of our money that's sitting in the account. All right, those are up to date, all of my sticker challenges. We need to complete our yearly sticker challenge from Becca Budgets. All right, so we got 2 more to do from April. And so what I had decided to do was actually roll to determine how much money I was going to put into these challenges. All right, guys, so give me a second. I'm just clearing out my dice trap. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use to roll today for these 2. All right, so we're going to do a series of 2 rolls. I'm going to use a D12 for one, and I'm going to use these lovely 2 pink dice for the other. So we'll start with our pink dice. And we have a total of 7. So we will go ahead and put 1 sticker down, which will be $7. All right, and now we're going to use our D12. And we have a 5. So we have $12 that we'll be placing in this envelope, but I also have one more thing to do. So as I told you guys, you know, different people are doing this challenge different ways. Some are assigning a one-time value for all stickers. However, I'm not doing that. Right now I'm doing rolling, and I'm also doing basically a challenge enhancer, which means I'm just using a stretch off to give a little bump to the challenge so that if it comes up short, it's okay because I got some other monies in there. This is a challenge by LV Budgets, and it's going to have $125. So either way, by the time I complete Becca's challenge, we will definitely have over $300. So I'm going to use my light up die and pray that it lights up to see. All right, 2, 1, 2. All right, where's my stretcher? Where did it disappear to? Oh, I see it, guys. Hold on. All right, so we're going to do 2, and that's an 8. So remember, we were already up to 12, so that means that we are placing $20 in this envelope. All right, so April is now complete. All right, guys, give me just a second. Let's get everything back in there nice and tidy, and then let's figure out how much money we have in the envelope. So it's looking like we have $20, $35, $36. All right. And let's see if there's anything else in here that we want to do. We are already caught up with mint dough for April. All right, so we're gonna go to our 1530. For our 1530 envelope, this is something that is not a priority. I'm taking it kind of slow. This is where you save $15 on the 15th of each month and $30 on the 30th of each month. And this is a challenge that I know I will be playing catch up on. So what I have been doing is using smaller challenges to add money, okay? Now what happens is, once I get enough money, if I get enough for $15 or $30, then I cross over that amount. So far, we have had at least $30 in this envelope that we have taken out and have banked, okay? All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do a few. So these are some A6 challenges from Hot Beauty Budgets. And so I'm gonna use my die to see which one we're gonna do. All right, so we have a 1. So number 1 is gonna be the rainbow for $4. All right, and then we're gonna do our piggy. And our piggy, each one is $2. It's predetermined, so I'm fine with that. So we're gonna use our die to see how many we're gonna cross off, okay? Oh my goodness, we're gonna cross off 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means 6 times 2 is 12 plus the 4. We're gonna add $16 to this envelope, okay? All right, and so now in this envelope, we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27. So I'm not gonna cross off until I get the $3 more so I can cross off a 30. Okay, so again, we're gonna leave the 27 as is. And again, just so you can see what I have in this envelope to help me achieve the 1530, which will eventually say, I wanna say around $800, is I have some cute challenges. This is the Millennial Saver, Not Today Clucker. Also the Millennial Saver, Stay Trashy. We also have the Dramatic Panda, the Trash Talker Tarot card. I'm gonna be doing Dumpster Dice. That's something that I'm looking forward to doing by the EMT Dispatcher. And then we have Flocking Fabulous by the Millennial Saver. So those are just a few of the challenges that are in the 1530. Again, as boosters to help us achieve the amount of money that we need to. Just remember, guys, you don't have to be in a rush every time to get through these more difficult challenges. 1530, okay? Especially people who are doing more than one challenges at a time. As you guys can see, I'm doing multiple challenges. So sometimes we just have to ease our way through, and consistent small deposits will get us what we need and how we need it. All right, so that is gonna be it for our, again, yearly monthly binder, and then we're going to transition. All right, so now we're gonna go to, not the Jellycat Collection yet, but now we're gonna go to our Aladdin. Hold on, guys, I'm readjusting to make sure you've got great visuals. All right, so this is our book by Sav Saves, and we started this with our mini challenges last week. And so what I want to do is I just want to cross off a few more, nothing major, but again, making sure that I'm being consistent with this particular challenge so that we can get it done and save money that will be eventually allocated for my boys. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, I'm going to cross out the 4, another 4, and a 2, and we're going to add $6 to this challenge. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and so far in this challenge, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $10. And I also have our smaller challenge card from Sav that came as a freebie with the order that I will also be completing and adding to this. Again, great book, lots of nostalgia. You have different pages and pictures from movies, Finding Nemo, Aladdin, 100 Dalmatians, Winnie the Pooh, Tarzan. Just again, a classic item to have for anyone. All right, moving on, we're gonna go to something new that I recently purchased. And again, I'm just gonna check to make sure you guys can see well. This is our Jellycat Collection. And this is from Reynolds Budget, okay? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get started on our Jellycat Collection. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is meet the Jellycats. This is a optional catch-all savings that I wanna make sure I complete. Each icon that you see on this page is worth $1. So we're gonna use a dice to determine how many icons we're gonna cross off for this particular page. And we're gonna be crossing off 5 icons today. Now, I don't know if I wanna cross out or do hearts or whatever, because this is aesthetically pleasing and I don't want to really kind of damage it. Let's see. All right, you guys be patient with me while I try to do these hearts. Okay, 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, and we're gonna go for our pickle, 5 hearts. All right, we're gonna give that a second. Let me make sure I counted that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and I will use a $5 bill. And let's give this just a little wave to make sure it's dry. And so we're only gonna do a few things in this collection today, but I definitely want to get it started. So we're gonna start off with the weather collection. We can choose what die we would like to do a roll and save. We also have a section for a D3 die and a weather collection stretch and save. All right, so I'm hoping that we do a little bit from each section today. So we'll start with stretch and saves are my favorite, so I like to start there first, okay? So I'm just gonna use the die to see where I'm counting. All right, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna start with our raindrop, and that is $8. All right, and I got my calculator off to the side, so I'm keeping track of all of this. $8. All right, and so this is a D3 roll. I'm not sure I have a D3, so what I'm gonna do is just roll a D4, and we're gonna pray that it comes out with a 3 or under. If not, we'll keep rolling until it does. All right, we got a 2. All right, so we got an 8 plus 2. All right, we're up to 10. And we're gonna do a roll and save over here with our weather collection. And for that particular collection, I believe I would like to use I'm gonna go with a D12 this time. And we have another 8. And so I'm gonna place the 8 on the cloud. All right, guys, I gotta turn so that I can write, so bear with me. All right, so we got 8, 9, 10, and another 8, which is $18. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we're just going to give everything a moment just to quickly dry. Forgive me for the noise, guys. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead. Each section has a designated envelope. So I'm going to go to our weather envelope, and I am going to place our money. Now you will see some extra weather things in the back of mine, and that's because I ordered an additional weather kit so that I can save some more money. So that, again, this one is an additional one. It does not come standard. All right, we have our money in there. And just in case you guys want a quick flip through, I'll just flip through quickly. Again, it's a variety of scratch and saves. We have the weather collection, the cafe collection, scratch and saves, roll and saves. We have a camping collection, a foodie collection, Bartholomew, we have a holiday collection as well. Again, so this has the potential to save a good amount of money. I have not decided what I am going to use this for at this time, but again, it is something that I am excited about playing and looking forward to. So before I wrap up today, again, I wanted to thank you guys for the support that you have shown me this far. This has been an exciting journey with me being a new amateur at this. And so I have reached 100 subscribers. So I do want to do my first giveaway. So here are the rules of the giveaway. Number one, this giveaway is in no shape or form sponsored by YouTube. Number two, you must be 18 years old to participate or older. Number three, you have to be able to provide me with a mailing address so that you can get your giveaway prizes. Now, this is a mystery giveaway, meaning you will receive some items that are custom created by me for you. In addition, I've already worked on several things that I will be putting out eventually that you will receive in advance. So these are already custom made challenges that I have done, and they are fun, and I feel like they're great challenges, even if I say so myself. So what will happen is I will let you know in the comment section. I would like you to use the word dough. Dough. You can use dough in a sentence, okay? We are going to select three winners from the comment section who all use the word dough. I'm going to video record a comment picker choosing our winners. Then I'm going to correspond with those winners so that I can create some custom items for them, in addition to sending them some of the items that I've already created. Okay, this is going to be fun. I'm excited about doing this, and I hope that you guys are excited about content that can come from me in the future. Well, guys, I've taken up enough of your time for the weekend. Again, have a great time. Always remember to be disciplined about your dough. And until we meet again, be blessed, my friends.